Hello, welcome back to the Scale Modelling Cafe and welcome to another Sprue Tour video. Subject of this one is this. It is the AZ Models HA112M Buchon. Now I'm sure you will know the sort of history behind this aeroplane. It is a derivative of the BF109. It was the third iteration of the re-engined 109 G2 airframes that Spain had got hold of, but this one had the Merlin engine, which they got surplus from the UK in the mid to late 50s. The reason they wanted an aeroplane like this was for their sort of colonial wars, if you like, in North Africa, and they didn't need sort of big expensive jets, and this thing fitted the bill quite nicely. In the mid-60s, obviously most people are familiar with this aeroplane from the Battle of Britain film and other films where it has simulated the BF109, sorry, I should say ME109, that's a different video. And this from AZ Models sort of cropped up on my radar, and I thought, do you know what, I might use that to graft on and convert to one of the new Edward 109 G2/G4s that's coming out very soon as I film this, hopefully in the next few weeks. That was the plan behind it. Anyway, let's go over to the bench and have a look to see what's in the box. And I got a feeling it's going to be a little bit rougher than we're used to, because it is a short run type product. So let's go and have a look.
Okay, welcome back to the bench then. And this little thing then, the AZ Models Buchon. Very glossy box, as you can see. So apologies for any glare there, but really nice painting over the desert. Right, plastic box by HQT, 3 versions on the decal. Luckily, you get colour instructions. It's end opening, which is a bit annoying. I really don't like that. Yeah, some writing in Japanese here. AZ7668 is your code. It says in camouflage here. Does it say that? Oh yeah, there you go. Buchon in camouflage. So other versions, no doubt you get the movie star version. This side, you get one of the profiles. Oh hello, what's that? Bit of hair. Yeah, one of the colour profiles, just some safety gouge and their address. On the back you get your colour and markings guide. So this colour is cobalt blue, and guns do that, which is cool, and I love this deep blue. That's really nice. It's almost an exact match for Deep Sky, the RAF Deep Sky colour. Those of you who are interested in that. The only paints here are Humbrol, which is a bit of a shame. But there we go. Right, let's open it up then. Oh, excuse me. Sneeze. Right, everything comes in this one bag. And is it sealed? No. Ooh, nearly lost the clear parts then. Right, we'll put those to one side and the plastic to one side. Let's go through the instructions first. Just printed on paper. The paints, there are only Humbrol call-outs, but you do get all the RLM colours here. RLM 24 blue is all over. There we are. That's probably the nearest they could find, but like I say, if you're going to get this kit, get the guns cobalt blue. In fact, can I get it? Hang on. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, no, that's not cobalt blue, is it? That's US Navy blue. Hang on. I'll forget it. Sorry about that. I'll find it later. Maybe I'll edit that bit out. Right, so just paper instructions. Just a bit of gouge here. Parts call out. And then colour instructions on paper. Not seen that before. Starting off with the cockpit, telling you to RLM 66, and you've got some detail painting here, which is in colour. So I really like that. That's really nice. Four-bladed prop, obviously, for the Buchon. I'm wondering, actually, if the cockpit will insert from underneath. Telling you here that you've got to put the exhaust pipes in during construction. So that's a bit of a shame. You can't add them later. Maybe you can. We'll have to see. Separate parts here. They'd be nice if you could get a photo etch set for the radiator parts, but I'd wager that actually the opening is so small you can't really see much. Multi-part on the front here. So you've got to put this. This will be the sort of the radiator matrix thing. And then wondering how that will fit over the top. Wings, flaps, telling you here about the angle. Not very clear, but you know, not too bad. And then here, it's telling you the dihedral, the rake, and the forward rake of the undercarriage, which is a nice touch. Separate wing fences. This is a little bit unusual here to put the head armour actually in the cockpit. Obviously one-piece canopy over the top. Spanish version, movie version. So there are other versions out there, and the movie version clipped wings. Now, not all of them were clipped. So if you are going to get the movie version, just be careful of your references, because some of them had the classic rounded wingtip. The Spanish rockets going on, the guns, movie version only, so they had fake guns. Now, movie version only. So again, if you're going to get the movie version, these were only on for some of the missions because they had a tendency to fall off. So they ended up not using them in the end. One-piece canopy going over the top, and there you get a nice set of 3-view plans, probably to 1:44 scale. So you could blow that up if you wanted. But yeah, I really like, you've got the sleek sort of rear fuselage and then the pugnacious nose. This is why I like this aeroplane so much. Right, decals. Don't know who they're by. They're not overly glossy, but they look really thin on the sheet. That's fantastic. Instrument panel. And yeah, not a fan of decal photo etch harness, but you know, I suppose you could stick it to some lead foil. But the decals look really, really nice actually. Really nice. A good, you may want to actually spray these because they're very, very simple. Yeah, like those. Right, onto the plastic then. Oh. Let's just get this little guy out first, if I can. Really very, very clear. If I just angle it up to the light, you can see it reflecting. Yeah, very clear and very thin actually. Yeah, so for a one-piece canopy, that's a good job. Right, as you can imagine, 72nd scale, 2 sprues. Let's just have a look at this. Now, what you've got to bear in mind is this is limited run technology, so it's going to be a little bit rough from maybe what you're used to. So straight away, lots of flash in between the, you know, the sort of sprue gates and things like that, and on the back of the blades. Panel lines, a little bit indistinct. This one, in fact, here completely disappears. They've had a go at adding rivets, but most of them aren't there, and actually the texture's quite rough on that. The wheels, you're going to want to replace those. That flash is pretty bad. And this is going to need a bit of work. I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably slice that off, replace it with a bit of Albion Alloys tubing, and then I'll do a spiral of wire for the recoil springs. Yeah, so everything needs a little bit of tidying up. The underside of the wing seems a lot better than the top side of the wing, actually. Got a bit of detail there. These exhaust stubs, yeah, obviously they're solid, lots of flash, so they're going to need a bit of a cleanup. I'm probably going to replace those with some resin. Some nice detail on the inside of the fuselage here on the cockpit. That's going to take painting and wash really quite nicely. And on the other side, now the Buchon, I'm led to believe, didn't have the oxygen regulator, so that's going to be, yeah, a little bit difficult to remove. I'd probably be tempted just to leave that, if I'm honest. Don't worry about these big ejector pins, obviously you're not going to see those. Rockets are quite nicely done. Trim wheel is nicely done. Separate rocket rails. So yeah, a little bit of cleanup required, but yeah, quite nice. I quite like the detail on the fabric, actually. You've got a little bit of stitching there. That's all quite nice. Yeah, sort of very soft panel lines, these. They're very fine, but I can see just in the way they're catching the light that rather than like a very sharp panel line, they're sort of a U shape, albeit very fine. So you'll probably want to run a scribe around all of these lines just to sharpen those up. And here's the nose. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut the nose off, and I'm going to graft this onto a 109 from Edward. That's going to be my plan. But actually, it's typical short run molding technology. The detail is it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but you're going to have to work at this to get a nice result. Right, let's pop over back to the chair and we'll have a bit of a wash up.
Okay, that was AZ Models, I nearly said ME109 then. It's not an ME109, is it? It is a HJ112M Buchon. Buchon, I believe, means pelican or something, and I'm not surprised it was called that on account of the really sort of pugnacious nose. And this is what I like about this airframe, is you have the sleek ME109 sort of airframe and then this whacking great lump on the front end. This isn't the only boxing of this. There is a movie star version where you can paint it up in the Battle of Britain film and other various markings. As you just saw, I think it's a generic set of instructions because it does tell you to modify the wingtips and things like that. Having had now a closer look at the contents, I'm going to stick with plan A, which is to use this as a conversion set. So I'll be cutting the nose off, I'll be tidying up all the moulds, and then I'll be grafting it onto the nose of the Edward kit. I hope it fits. I think I'll just bank myself an Overtrees just in case I cock one up. But it should be good fun anyway. Yes, it will be coming to the channel. And if it fails, then no matter, I'll still get a video out of it and I'll show you why it failed. And but hopefully it won't. But there's some nice features on this. If you are going to build this kit as is, you are going to be prepared for some work. The panel lines need sharpening up all over the airframe. There is a fair amount of flash, as you saw, and yeah, who knows about the fit, but I think it's fair to say it's not going to be Tamiya-esque. So yeah, modelling skills are definitely going to be required, but I think quite an unusual model, and I do like that blue, actually, the cobalt blue. Yeah, had a bit of a faff at the bench at the time. I should have prepared myself, and I should have prepared myself now and actually found it, but cobalt blue, that's what you need for that. And guns do it, and I have a bottle. There we are. That is the AZ model Buchon. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, bye-bye.